Should I choose PTE or should I choose IELTS? I'm completely in confusion. I'm not understanding. I've given PTE many times. Scores are completely low. Should I switch over to IELTS? And I have taken IELTS many times. Scores are not good. Should I switch over to PTE? Well, if you have all these doubts, which one should I opt for? Then I believe this video is for you, because in this video I'll be talking about each and everything, the pros, the cons. Should you be really opting for PTE? Should you be really be opting for IELTS, and why? Everything in detail summed up in this video. Make sure you watch the video till the end. Well, today I'm back with another video. The video is all about PTE versus IELTS, which is best for me. A lot of people text me on an everyday basis. I've given PTE, scores are not good, should I switch over to IELTS, and vice versa. So I thought I'll enlighten you guys with a foolproof solution in this video. So before we begin, if not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button in order not to miss the future notification. And anytime you need online assistance, you can text us in the WhatsApp or send us a mail. We will be there, I will be there to guide you. It's an online paid course. Any point of time you need course, you can text us, we will be there to guide you. Alright, so let's start with PTE versus IELTS. Basically both of them are English exams. They test your English with respect to speaking, reading, writing, listening. Can you speak, can you write, can you read English, can you listen to English and understand? Both of them test these four components. Literally no difference between the two with respect to this, but the major difference between PTE and IELTS is PTE is a software oriented exam. No human, even for correction, there is no person sitting there. Software AI will take care of everything. IELTS, a person who sits there and evaluates. These are the only two major difference. And there's one more difference which I will be highlighting in the further sections of the video. So let's start with the pros of PTE, the advantages, what advantages PTE offer. Let's understand. The very first advantage of PTE is, since there is no human involvement, human interference, it's the AI, the tool. If you understand the tool, you are the king. Hope you are getting it. There are many modules in PTE where the tool is not up to the mark. It's not like up to the mark, where there are some loopholes which when you understand, it becomes so easy for you to score more in PTE. For example, the PTE speaking. Almost everybody in our course gets 9 bands because it's easy. When you understand what it is, it becomes easy. Speaking content, no mark. It's a computer, it will not perhaps understand everything logically from a logical perspective. So you don't have to think and make a logical conclusions, logical perspectives, not required at all. You don't have to make sense. If you're fluent, you'll get marks. So you just need to know how to be fluent. In the course, we teach you within 2-3 days. You just practice, you get 90 speaking. So this way, there are many modules where you don't have to put any effort in PTE, where you easily get marks. So that's one of the main advantages of the PTE. But for this, you need to know the software. If you know the software, you are the king. The second advantage of PTE is writing essay. People worry a lot. I have problems in writing essay. I cannot generate the ideas. I cannot think that, this, I cannot write. A lot of things. You don't have to worry at all, because it's a computer. It will not perhaps understand clearly what exactly you write. Let's say there is a television essay. You don't have to pinpoint and write a logical things about television. You can write whatever that comes to your mind. If grammar and spelling is right, you get marks. So these are the positive sides of PTE, where with less effort you can easily get a very good score. Especially speaking is very easy. PTE writing essay is like peanut. You don't have to really worry. No need to practice anything. There are some templates which cover almost 150 words. 200 words you need to write. The rest 50 you use it right on your own, which is not possible in IELTS. So this is one of the main advantages of PTE over IELTS. The next advantage of the PTE is there are only 4 modules that are difficult. In IELTS there are many modules that are difficult. In PTE there are only 4. In reading there are 2 modules, in listening there are 2 modules. If you are good at this, you most probably will get 90 man, because there are so many modules in PTE too, just like IELTS, but only these 4 are little tricky, and if you could somehow surpass it, most probably you will get 90 overall, that is 9 bands, because other modules are peanuts. There are ways to not exactly fool the software, to crack the software in a certain way. You don't have to, what I mean is, you don't have to really put in a lot of effort to excel this exam, because other modules are really easy. Only 4 things a little difficult, where it tests your spelling, where it tests your vocabulary, where it tests your reading skills, listening skills. But in IELTS, every module tests this. Correct? In PTE, only 4 modules. test this. So that makes PTE more easier than IELTS. And the next advantage of PTE, the many advantages by the way, the next important advantage is scores are available within 24 hours. Sometimes I have given many times to test the software. Sometimes I give in the morning 10 o'clock AM Indian time. Before 4 o'clock PM Indian time, I receive my result, 90 overall. So the test score results are available at a lightning speed in PTE, which probably could be improved in IELTS. The next advantage of PTE is success rate is so high compared to IELTS. Because see, both the exams are difficult, like I told at the beginning, but this exam is not easy. I am telling you, it's not easy, but it is less difficult than IELTS. On a scale of 100, the difficulty level of IELTS could be 100, the difficulty level of PTE could be 30 to 40. It is true. I am not, well, this video is not sponsored by anyone, by the way. This is my self experience because we teach both PTE and IELTS. PTE is a little easy exam compared to, little easy means less difficult than IELTS. So success rate is high. You can see our YouTube shorts. A lot of students, so far there are 5,000 students in over 5 years that we have taught. 5,000 plus students have got 9 bands. In IELTS getting 9 bands is, Nakul, don't even talk. Shh. Another advantage of PTE is you don't need a Shakespeare in English. You don't need to be Shakespeare to actually pass this exam. If you are smart, even with normal English, people with not bad English, average English can easily get 90 overall here, which is definitely not possible in IELTS. So having said these about PTE, a lot of good points, IELTS as well, boss, please hold on. There are some good points, not as many as I just told, but there are some pros, the advantages with respect to IELTS. The very first thing is IELTS is accepted for both Canada and Australia. Well, if you do not have a clear mindset as to where you want to go and settle, I'm not sure should I try for Canada or Australia, but I want to be prepared, then take IELTS because PTE is accepted only for Canadian PR. Sorry on that, Australian PR, PTE is only accepted for Australian PR at the moment, but soon will be opening for Canada as well. That is already fixed. PTE Essentials by the end of this year or by September they start accepting PTE as well, but at the moment we are still in April 17th, 2023. At the moment PTE is only accepted for Australia, but Canada is accepted for both. So when you take IELTS, you will have chances for both. So that way you can take IELTS. That's one of the advantages of IELTS. Second advantage of IELTS is listening is very easy because it's all about just listening to the words and write it down. Not much of a skill is being tested here. It's actually very easy if you're a little quick and if you good with your reading skills, you can read the question, listen to it and just write it down. Listening may be very easy in IELTS, which may not be in PTE because PTE listening is all about spellings. If you are not good at spellings, you will have a very hard time cracking PTE. Apart from that, IELTS, the listening is actually easy. Many people in our course end up getting 9 straight away in listening. Another added advantage of IELTS, let's say you are not tech savvy. There are many people, man, they've not been with computers, they've never used computers. That's totally fine. I don't say they're old school, it's just that they don't like to use computers much. They are probably in different fields, they are not engineers, IT company jobs, they are probably in different fields. And those people, if you belong to one of them, IELTS will be more easy because it can do a setup as per your needs. Basically, if you want to write on a paper, it will allow you. IELTS writing, you can write on a paper. You want to talk to someone, you don't want to make use of the computer too much, you want to just circle the answer, then IELTS is for you because PTE we have seen many who have never touched a computer, who have never typed on a computer. Once they join PTE, they struggle because here you have to type. It's not just typing speed should be fast, but yes, you need to type, you need to know few functions at least. Where is A, where is B, where is enter, you need to know. So if you are completely zero tech savvy, then IELTS is for you. Alright, so let's discuss the cons of PTE. There are cons of PTE, oh definitely yes. There are some disadvantages. First thing is, like I told in the very beginning, it is not accepted for both the countries at the moment. It's only accepted in Australia, but it's not rumor, it's already fixed, it's already decided, everything is done. By the end of this year, 2023, probably starting September or October, PTE will be accepted for Canada too, but at the moment it is not. So I'm going to list that down in one of the cons of PTE, where you have to give PTE, then your only dream is to go to Australia, not for Canada. Another disadvantage of PTE is, let's say you are not understanding how the software works with respect to speaking, then trust me, you struggle. It's a very easy exam. If you get someone who can teach you better, you can join us by the way. But yes, if you do it on your own and if you are not understanding how software works, then trust me, you would be thinking, I'm doing all perfect, my English is wow. but speaking will be 30 to 40 out of 90. I got 4 bands in PTE in my very first exam. Do I speak that bad? IELTS I got 8. Speaking. PTE I got 44 or 48 I got. It's like 5 bands or 4.5 bands. Because there is a way out. And when I understood that, within the next exam, I got a 90 overall, 9 bands. That's different, but yes, if you don't understand the software and if you're trying to do on your own, then PTE may give you a hard time understanding. I'm not understanding what's happening. In IELTS, you would know. My English is not good. That's the reason I got less. Here, despite having a very good English, you can still struggle if you are on your own in PTE. Another con of disadvantage of PTE is, like I already told you, if your typing speed is very slow. You don't need a faster typing speed, but at least you need to type, right? A lot of answers you need to type. So when your typing speed is real slow, you never used a laptop before, you never used a computer before, never touched a keyboard, then this exam is not for you. It's going to be very hard for you to type, trust me on this. Another con, the fourth disadvantage, there are modules where it tests your not exactly memory, but your concentration skills and lot many things, where you need to retrace an audio. They give an audio probably of 13-14 words and you need to write every word again. So when your concentration is not up to the mark, well, every exam has its own challenges. Even in IELTS you have challenges, but here people actually struggle because lot many words they will not be able to remember quickly and they will have a tough time. So there are some difficult modules in PTE too. Well, if you excel, you are the king. If you're not, then this gonna be a difficult exam too. The last con is, if you haven't used computer before, if you're not tech savvy, it's not about typing, that I already told you. If you don't know how a microphone works, how a headset is connected and all those things, it may be a little confusing in the beginning because you have to test your mic, you have to speak. Some people keep the mic here, some people keep it in front of the mouth and start speaking. I have a mic here this far. If I bring it here and start speaking near the mouth, it just echoes. The many incidents where a person is not aware of these things, just kept the mic here, headset mic here and spoke and got 0. So there are many chances where you may fail, you may fall into the traps, but with proper coaching this exam is very easy. Let's also discuss the disadvantages of IELTS. The cons of IELTS, very first is, it's a very difficult exam. I'm not demotivating those who have taken IELTS, I'm not against IELTS. We teach IELTS, we have students for both PTE and IELTS, but I'm just telling you the truth. My only reason why I'm making this video is to give you right information. IELTS is a difficult exam, it tests your English. PTE also tests your English, but IELTS demands you to be very good at English if you want that 8 bands. PTE also demands you to be good at English, but not so Shakespearean English good that you cannot get 80 otherwise. No, you can still get 90 overall, 9 bands in PTE, even with average English, but IELTS, not possible. The second disadvantage of IELTS is writing is so difficult. This is the data. This is the truth. The data says you can just type. Why IELTS writing? You just type, the Google will automatically fill. Why IELTS writing is so difficult? PTE you type it, nothing like that will come. Because IELTS writing, a lot of people get stuck at 6.5. Because every question has a different strategy. Every question has different task response. The narration, a lot of things are involved. So unless you're really good at it, getting that 8 is almost next to impossible in IELTS writing, by the way. The disadvantage number 3, well, whatever the disadvantage that I'm talking today here can be fixed with a proper approach, proper solution, but I'm just giving you the facts so you decide which one is more suitable for you. That's the only intention. But IELTS too, a lot of students have got 8 bands, by the way. Okay. The third disadvantage of IELTS, the reading comprehension passages will be probably 60-70 lines long. PTE is just 3 or 4 lines max. So comparatively it takes less effort by going with this image. Just imagine big paragraph and just imagine a small paragraph. So obviously the comparison, when you compare, PTE reading would be much more simpler than IELTS reading. The number 4 disadvantage, the con of IELTS is you need some guts, courage, man. Let's accept the fact to talk in front of an examiner. The examiner will be more experienced, have a Shakespearean English. You sit there and ask you, what's your name? And this happens. Well, there are ways to fix it, but I'm just giving you, this may not be the case in PTA because there is no examiner sitting. You can just talk and talk anything, but here you cannot talk anything. So here it demands discipline, it demands good English, it demands courage, it demands everything. Another con of IELTS is, unlike PTE, you need to wait for some days for the exam. report to appear. It will not be instantaneous like PTE. Nowadays they have decreased the number of days. Earlier at least 14 days for paper based, 5 days for computer based. And by the way, IELTS computer based is not does not mean that a computer is going to evaluate. A lot of people are still in the ocean of assumption. The medium is just the computer. At the end, examiner, a human only will be evaluating. Okay, so computer based they have reduced to 4-5 days. Within 3 days sometimes you get, but PTE is still faster. The last con is you really need to have a very good English to pass this exam. I don't have a good English. You can improve. That's always there, but I'm just giving you the data. If you don't have a very good English, you cannot crack this exam with 8 each. A lot of people need 777-8. That's the scenario, but for Australia, you need 8 each. So my conclusion, by considering both the facts, if you're going to Canada at the moment, you don't have any option. You have to take IELTS. From the end of this year, you can take PTE Essentials as an alternative. But yes, at the moment, IELTS is the only way. If you want to go to Australia, Australia accepts both IELTS and PTE, but I suggest take PTE because PTE is more easier, and for Australia, most of the people would need 8888, which is not next to impossible in IELTS, but it's actually little difficult in IELTS compared to PTE. If you ask me, every day we have seen lot of students for PTE and IELTS. I would say success rate is like too high in PTE compared to IELTS. Well, I really hope you have made a decision now which one is more easier for you. Do comment in the comment section which one you would be opting for. Will you be opting PTE or will you be opting IELTS? Do comment which one is easy for you. Let's do a debate in the comment section, and then let's see who comes out victorious, PTE or IELTS. This is Nagul signing off from skillspte Academic. I really hope I made sense. If you like the video, click on the like button, share it with your friends. A lot of people don't know much about PTE, so this video may be useful because I am sharing the right information. Everything is backed up by everyday's observation. Every day we are seeing the score reports of both. With this, I'll park it here. Well, by the way, before we end this, we started one more channel called Skills Academy of English, where we come up every day or every 2 days once, videos based on grammar, videos based on how to improve speaking skills, how to improve reading skills, entire development, the overall development with respect to language. So the link is somewhere here. Tenses video we made a video on ChatGPT, we made a video on nouns, adverbs, subject, verb, agreement, everything's there. Somewhere is there, man. I don't know where my person has kept it. So just click on that or see the description to subscribe to that channel as well. I'm going to promise you will not be disappointed and you will make most of it from that channel too. Alright guys, so with this we will park it here. Thanks much. This is Nakul signing off. Very soon we will be back. See you soon. Bye bye.